It's Electric Picnic 2010. I'm joined in our little tanning salon by Duke Special. Welcome. I see you're dressed for the occasion. Listen, you've had a remarkable 18. Well, you'd have had a remarkable 8 years or so as a solo artist. The last release you did is 3 albums. You know, a lot of people struggle to get one album out. Are you just kind of showing off now, saying, "Hey, look, this is how prolific I am"? What was it? Why 3?
Yeah, I basically wanted to intimidate people, and no, it was just kind of came about by accident almost. I was in a play in London called Mother Courage and Her Children, which I'd written the music for, and I realised I had these 2 other projects that I hadn't brought to light, which were also about kind of literary things. 12 songs about a silent movie star, and an unfinished musical about Huckleberry Finn that was written in 1950 by Kurt Weill. So I realised it kind of made sense to put them together as a kind of little companion pieces.
Yeah, Hector Mann is not somebody I'm that familiar with, but I'm going to have to obviously look into it. I was more a Harold Lloyd man myself. What was it about him and his career that inspired you or got you interested?
Well, he only ever made 12 silent movies before he mysteriously disappeared, and some of his films kind of hinted at what would actually happen in his own life, which I find really fascinating. That it was almost like echoes of his own.
Like a Reggie Perrin.
Sorry,
what? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just a bad reference.
Okay. Yeah, but so I was kind of intrigued by that weird relationship between his films and his life, and the fact that he was lesser known. I thought it'd be interesting to bring him to a new audience.
You are known for kind of throwing in unusual instruments here and there, one of them being a gramophone. Where did the idea of that come up? Because I remember going to see you, it was pretty early on, and seeing you playing with this thing and just going, what in the name of God is that? Is it kind of like instrument roulette with you? If it works, it works.
I think just I like the idea of having things on stage which help people hear the music in a particular way. So if I was there with an iPod, playing a backing track, that would immediately look like something. But if I have a gramophone, which is playing vinyl, it brings you somewhere completely different and somewhere that I would rather be. So I find like the use of, I suppose, theatrical devices were really helpful in creating a show and a performance. But the gramophone was inspired to me by watching the film about Andy Kaufman, where he used a little record player.
As Man on the Moon, was it?
Yeah, he used a little record player and played Here Comes Mighty Mouse. And he was reading from Great Gatsby to an audience, and then put on a record, which was a recording of him reading Great Gatsby. So I, as a solo artist, particularly when I was purely on my own, I find it a really useful kind of device to use.
Most of us tomorrow is kind of like we'll be looking around, see who's playing the picnic down here. You are flying off to China. Is that true? Wow. Yeah. Okay. How did that come about?
It was at the invitation of the British Council. There's a massive World Expo going on all year. They expect 50 million people to come through Shanghai for this. And there's 128 countries being represented, and each have built their own pavilion and are showing different musical items or things of culture from their own countries. And I'm playing in the UK pavilion and collaborating in the Irish pavilion as well. So.
Brilliant. Well, listen, thanks for dropping in. I'm sure you're absolutely boiling afterward. It is like I feel as though I got a tan. Best of luck in China, and great to see you.
Thanks a lot.